Rachel, this is an example in your book at the bottom of the first page. It tries to make you identify the similar triangles in this diagram based on the theorem that we talked about earlier on. Now, it's very important that you are able to identify the similar triangles, and you're also able to look at which segments of those triangles correspond to one another, because you have to be systematic in how you arrange the name of the triangle, how you label each triangle, so that otherwise it's going to be confusing for you to be able to match, you know, which of those segments correspond to one another in the different triangles. Here's what I'm talking about. So we know that the original triangle in this case is RST, okay? So we can just, that's just the way it is, because we choose to leave our right angle on this corner just like it is, T, R, S. Remember, the right angle is on this corner, the short side is the ST, and once you are able to fix the short side, you know that the hypotenuse is opposite the right angle, so S, and then the remaining has to be R. Let's try for the smallest triangle, this one. Can we draw it in a way that it's oriented just like this one? We want to this triangle to be oriented just like this one. So we know that the right angle has to be here, right angle, and at that point it's a U, okay, because it's U is where the right angle is. The short leg is S, so the short leg will be like that. The long leg, which we have chosen to make this in this one, will be T, and then that's the hypotenuse. I hope you understand that. We're using the concept of the short leg, the long leg, and the hypotenuse. The short leg, the long leg, and the hypotenuse. For the case of the big overall, the initial triangle, that was the long leg, that was the short leg, and that's the hypotenuse. Now we have one more triangle, which is this one here. This one here. I'm sort of marking it in green. So what's that one going to look like? Again, we start, we put short leg right there, the right angle right there, so that they're all oriented the same. Orientation being the same is the key. Okay, so that's the right angle, and it's also U right here. Then the short leg is the T, and then the hypotenuse, and that has to be R. Once you know U, once you fix the two other points, then the other one, of course, must be R. Now, I don't know if you have any problem with this idea of short leg and long leg. You might feel like, I don't know, I don't want to confuse you, but if you feel like it's not always clear which one is the short leg or which one is the long leg, let me know. Okay, then I will introduce you to another method of being able to draw these triangles consistently, oriented the same way. But it's just, you know, if you can be okay with the fact that here we know, you know, just by looking at the diagram, at your level, that should be just fine. That is, by looking at the diagram, you should be able to say, oh, that's the short leg in this case, that's the long leg in the case of this triangle, and so on, okay? And then once you've got the triangles aligned, then you just say triangle, the original one, R, ST, okay, RST, always going from you know that in that case, we've gone from this along the hypotenuse to come back down. So you must do the same for this. So that will be TSU, and that's also similar to RTU. Okay? Is that okay with you? I hope that's okay. And therefore, it's then easy because you can then start playing with the ratios. RS over TS must be equal to ST over SU. That is, once you've proven that two triangles are similar, you can then play with their ratios, always keeping the positions of the points of the core of the vertices, always keeping their position in how you have labeled the triangle. That's why it's important for you to always be consistent in your orientation. Once your orientation is right, then it's easy. So that's for these two taken together at once. Now we can also take these two together, and then that will be, so for example, we'll be able to say TS over RT must be equal to SU over RU, and so on and so forth. So you can take these two together. Remember, because these two are also similar to one another, the first and the last one, and you can do something similar. That will be RS over RT will be equal to ST over TU. Okay? I hope that's clear.